Happy Thursday to all of you. For those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to you. For those of you who don't, happy Thursday. I am grateful for all of you. I said that already on my channel, so I just wanted to start this video by saying how grateful I am to have all of you a part of this channel and a part of my life. I know I've been gone, child. It's been probably 2 weeks since my last video. I had road opening ceremonies, and those, I had to work those. You know I say that I do the ritual, I do the ceremony on a certain day, but for me, it starts days in advance. The fasting, the other necessary preparations that I have to do, and getting myself in the mental headspace. And usually once I start setting my mind on the ceremony, sometimes results start coming in at that moment because magic is mental. But anyways, this was the largest group ceremony I've ever done. And so it wore me out, child. I was so tired. I was so tired after doing this ceremony. But I was so grateful for all of the results that all of the participants have been getting, that I've been sharing and posting. And then immediately after that, I think that Saturday night, I went to a relative's birthday party, and it was like the coldest night that we've experienced all year so far. It was like 40 degrees. I was cold as shit. That Sunday, I woke up and I felt a little scratch, but wasn't nothing. But by Monday, honey, child, I was at my client's house and they was dousing me with medicine. They was like, girl, we know that you like to work hard and keep your appointments and your schedule and everything, but you could have rescheduled this meeting, honey. We didn't need this in our lives. But anyways, so today is the first day that I feel fully recovered. Yesterday I was, coughing up all the mucus that was in my chest, but today I feel good. I had me a little drinky drink. I was out with my family. It was good times. So I wanted to make sure that before I go to bed, because Auntie finna turn in early, I wanted to pop in on this day of Thanksgiving for some, not for all. I don't want to be negligent to the cultures and the peoples and the indigenous cultures that find this day offensive. I don't necessarily, I'm not celebrating the Thanksgiving that we were giving. We are thankful. It's just a day that we choose to be thankful and be thankful for family and life and things like that. So we remixed it, and it's beautiful. I hope you guys had an amazing day, whether you celebrate or not. I just hope you guys had an amazing day. It's been a lot of shit going on since I've been on hiatus. This reading is obviously going to be on Drake, but we got the Drake situation we could be talking about with UMG and the Not Like Us song. We could be talking about it just slipped my mind. Drake, that's the big news. It's the biggest so far. It's something else going on that I knew I wanted to look into. Anyways, it'll come to mind after I finish this. This reading is going to be on Drake. I'm just going to look into his energy and see what's going on with him and the lawsuits that he could be filing against his record label, I guess, for not holding him down the way they should hold down their cash cow. I think that's how he feels. I don't know if I want to do a full... Yeah, I will. Okay. All right. Let's run it. Most High Mother and Father God, thank you for health. Thank you for life. Thank you for family. Biological and extended. Thank you for this gift. Thank you for this platform. And thank you for all the people watching me tonight. Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to conjure up the soul, the spirit of Drake. Drake, darling. Drakey. Oh, yeah, Ellen DeGeneres. I'm going to read her next. Drakey. Drake. I like to see and talk to and conjure up the spirit of Drake's spirit. Spirit, when it comes to Drake and the lawsuit that he is filing against his record label, what is the real reason that Drake here, I know that he was supposed to get a $400 million deal with them. I think that some I just did a reading with you and I still feel like I'm mispronounced. Shantis. Hey, boo. I just saw your comment. You just so happened to pop up while I'm doing a reading. Hello. Happy Thanksgiving. This 4 here is about the 400 million that he's trying to get from them. And I think he's concerned that after Not Like Us, they don't see the value or a reason to give him $400 million when he's been knocked down. He was their top priority, top, profitable artist. But since he's gotten to this tiff with Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick, according to popular opinion, completely obliterated Drake. So much so that all the moves that he's been making after it have seemed, I don't know, like they stem from the onslaught that Kendrick Lamar brought to him. I think they're like, well, Drake, if we had signed this deal before Not Like Us, you would have got that 400, buddy. Now, I don't know if they still are planning to give it to him or if Drake feels like they're not. Obviously, he files a lawsuit, so he probably feels like they won't give it to him because he's not popping. And even the releases that he's released after Not Like Us, they haven't done what Drake's music usually does. They see the change in tide for Drake, and it's a little bit too risky now to invest $400 million on him. Drake is like, nah, y'all are trying to find every reason not to pay me this money, including boosting Kendrick up to knock me down, so that could be the reason that you don't pay me. That's just what I see splitting the deck. And that stood out to me. This is Kendrick. That stood out to me because of the 400 million, and I saw the 4 of Pentacles. Drake, talk to me about this lawsuit that you have going on with your label. Why? Do you truly feel like they were trying to sabotage you? Do you feel that way because they helped you with streaming and bots and all of that stuff? And so now you're concerned that the same juice that they gave you, they're going to give to someone else? Let's see here. Drake, talk to me about your lawsuit. There could be a woman executive involved, or a woman attorney. Probably a woman executive. All right, Drake. Talk to me about this lawsuit. Why and what's going to come of it? Currently, I don't think Drake is doing well. Emotionally, he's not in a good space. And I think that it's he just feels like he's finished. The Five of Cups is a loss from the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups would have been his fan base, him being beloved and celebrated by everybody. He was, Drake. Everybody loved him. This Five of Cups makes me feel like Drake is dealing or feeling the loss of his popularity. He doesn't have the people behind him anymore, sucking up whatever he puts out, all on his balls. The people haven't been all on his balls lately, and it has to do with fallouts from relationships, friendly relationships that he had with other artists in the industry. Drake, you still got support, but it's a Two of Cups behind you, so you've lost. And Drake is, if he says he's unbothered, I don't think he's mad. I think that Drake is in his feelings. Brooding. Challenged because he was the most successful. And when he was riding high, these Five of Wands, the competition was still there, but he was riding high on a white horse. That makes me feel like there was a savior involved. This horse can get him away from this competition very quickly, more quickly than it could be if he was on feet. And if he was on foot, then he'd still have, he'd probably have to battle these people. But because of this white horse, victory seemed to be his despite competition. I wonder, Drake, if the reason you feel so strongly about what they're doing, what you allege that they're doing against you, is because it's something that they did to help you. And now you feel like they're about to give Kendrick the juice so that they don't have to pay you probably that much money. They wouldn't have to pay Kendrick Lamar $400 million for his contract probably right now, even with Not Like Us, because they don't know if Kendrick doesn't drop regularly. He doesn't drop as much as Drake. And I don't think he's out here trying. I don't know if he is, but it's too soon to offer Kendrick Lamar $400,000. Drake was a shoe-in for that. So I think Drake thinks that they can get out of paying him that, and still saving money by juicing up Kendrick. It's less than $400 million to pay for streams and stuff like that to justify the cause for them not giving it to him anymore. But because the Six of Wands is the challenge, Drake, I think that there were forces at play as to why you were the most successful out of all your competitors. The Devil in reverse. I imagine that if Drake has been negotiating his contract, then there could have been an opportunity or a window for him to get out of it. But because the $400,000 was on the table, he wanted to stay. That could also be him and Kendrick. I don't know if they're on the same label or their labels are affiliated in any way. Five of Swords in reverse in his near future. Tricky. My first thought is, Drake, I don't know if this lawsuit will go anywhere. I don't believe that you can prove that they did this to Kendrick without outing yourself, maybe. I don't know. This could also be him kicking up more dust. This Because usually reversals of fives mean the ending of the conflict and challenge that the five brings. All the fives in the deck are challenges and obstacles. In reverse, it's usually a lessening of that situation. Sometimes, though, it's the situation, this would have been, I would say that Drake could possibly be throwing some legal actions out in the future. In the reverse, since he already started the legal actions, this could just be more context to the litigation he's taking. But Drake, I'm not so sure if you will get the win. I'll wait till I get to the outcome. I'm not sure if you'll get the win that you want. You feel like they are trying to renege on your original negotiations because of the change in tide between in your popularity. They want to offer you significantly less than what they originally were. This here Queen of Swords in reverse. I don't know who this woman is. I actually would like to think that this woman here, this Queen of Swords, is Drake. And I only say that because the Queen of Swords in reverse can be very vengeful, bitter. She's the bitch on wheels when she's in reverse. And she's not opposed to calling the police on you and trying to get you locked up for hitting her when you didn't hit her. This is the woman who puts her hands on men, calls the cops, says that he hit her just so that he can go to jail. Because she's smart. She's just using that intellect for all the wrong reasons because of her poor emotional intelligence. I'll say that. This makes me feel like it's Drake because it's like you're filing this lawsuit. For one, that's not a hip-hop-y thing to do. It's sue someone over a diss track. Secondly, it's a Queen of Swords thing to do because it might have been helping you. And that's how you know, or that's how you suspect that they were doing it to get at you. I think you could be wrong, Drake. I think that you could be underestimating that song was really just popular because of the beef that you were in. Like, y'all were throwing songs back and forth and everyone was heavily invested. And it seemed like you were winning because people was like, yeah, that's too deep. I can't get jiggy with what Kendrick was rapping about. So he just dropped, like, literally 10 hours later, he dropped something that y'all could get jiggy to. People were already invested in the beef at that time. When he dropped They Not Like Us. And it went crazy. I think that's also why the Five of Cups is here, is because I think he's starting to realize by all the feedback on the internet about his lawsuit, people saying, no, we fucks with that song. Got him in his feeling. People, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you're never gonna leave. That's how he feel about the fans right now anyways. I think this is Drake because he's using the law, because he's bitter, because his record label didn't choose sides in the beef. They didn't use the machine to sabotage Kendrick in his song so that it didn't blow up. And so it's like, oh, You guys must have helped him. And it's like, no, we didn't help him. Okay, well, then you must have this. No, we didn't do that. That's what this feels like, which is why I say it's Drake. 7 of Awards. Somebody's sneaking and lying about something here. I don't know what. Somebody is. Drake's hopes and fears position is that he doesn't get the money that he put out there that he was going to get. He was so confident at the time that he was going to get it. His fear is that he won't be seen as valuable enough to get it. Drake could leave this label or remain in this partnership in this label, but it doesn't work. It's like only one person would be benefiting from this relationship, and it will probably be the label, not Drake. Whatever good, solid relationship that Drake and his label had as he was the king, it's broken. Y'all, Drake, I think he cries. The 5 of Cups is the present, and this 9 of Swords on the bottom, I think he cries. I do. And I'm not even saying this to pick fun at him, because why would I pick fun at someone I don't know? I think he cries. I think he saw that the relationships that he had in the industry that probably benefited him more weren't really real. It doesn't mean anything now. Drake's not in a good place right now. I will start with this 2 of Cups in the outcome. Well, the 4 of Swords is because now he's tried to sue them. And he's made accusations about them. It's like you can't go backwards anymore after this. But the problem is, Drake, you made all those accusations when in reality, it was the fans. It was the fans. 2 10s in reverse, both of them very, very, very sad. The 10 of Swords is the only card I want to see in reverse. The only 10 I want to see in reverse. It's not a good look for Drake's relationship with his label. That's the outcome. I see a tour here. I see Nicki Minaj. I think he might feel that he's burned too many bridges with Nicki Minaj now. He can't even go to her for help. Where's the 7 of Swords? I do see some pay to play here, but I don't know if it's for Kendrick. I don't know if it's the label who did this, but somebody wanted Drake out. And or Drake is making these accusations because it's what drove him to his success. No. This is Drake. I think Drake is making these accusations because he understands how it went for him. How he was able to defeat all of his competition. 6 of Swords is the challenging. 6 of Wands is in the challenging position. 7 of Wands reversed. Him not having to fight off the competition. He never really had to fight off his competition. He never had a competitor in hip-hop that matched his success. And that was a decision that was agreed upon by his label. I believe they did help Drake with a lot of the things that he's accusing them of doing with Kendrick. No, Drake, I also, that's a situation with him and Degrassi. Drake, the thing is, your hip-hop buddies, your rap buddies, once you're on Degrassi and you start rapping, and your rap buddies, as you said, start making fun of you for being in a wheelchair, instead of saying, hey, the fans love my character. I've been making money acting in this character in this wheelchair longer than a lot of you niggas been rapping. He could have said, I don't care about what y'all think. Wheelchair Jimmy, whatever his name was on Degrassi. But instead of being man enough in the face of being ridiculed by friends that you wanted to impress, you went and tried to legally bully people into getting your way. Rewrite my character out of a wheelchair or I ain't coming back. Not because it was truly an issue for you. I heard it was reported that that became an issue once the rap community that you had become popular in start clowning you. They couldn't take you serious being wheelchair Jimmy. This is something you do, though, which is why it's the Seven of Swords. It's a manipulative way of getting out of a situation, threatening legal actions. When, Drake, a lot of these situations, you are in the enemy's camp. You snuck in there for their swords. In this case, Kendrick Lamar is a Gemini. You even said that you fed his people tea about you. Y'all were dissing each other. You was here for it until you lost. And then you continued to be ridiculed by the people, and you could have just Beyonce'd it out. Silence until people find something else on social media to talk about. It would have happened. I think, Drake, that your biggest problems is this Five of Cups here. Your emotions. You're an emotional Scorpio. I just dealt with you. I was mixing business and pleasure with one, because I'm the Queen of Swords. I don't have a lot of water in my chart, so even though I'm the most nurturing of all my sisters, I'm not really the most emotional. And I dealt with a Scorpio man, and I thought this is going to be great. He's older. So I thought that some emotional maturity and all of that stuff came with the package. And then, he was all about his business. And he was like, yeah, we don't have to, we could take it slow. We could just have fun. And I was here for it because I didn't know if I wanted to pursue a serious relationship with him. But I did want to get my rocks off because it had been years. And plus, I was like, this is a great business partner. He was a great business partner at first. So I was like, this is cool for me, business and pleasure. That was fine for me. And I remember one time he said something like, don't be catching feelings because I got good dick. And I bust out laughing. Every man that I've ever heard come to me with that ego, I got good dick, they all leave the same. Okay? They all leave me the same. And so I laughed. I was like, sir, I don't know who you're used to, but how can I put this lightly? I don't catch feelings. I don't. It was almost a year. It was probably a year before I felt comfortable telling my boyfriend at the time, but ex-husband, that I loved him. And he was already telling me. And I was just like, oh, I have strong feelings and emotions for you too.
Hey family, how I...
And so when, yes, that was Auntie Sam. I accidentally hovered over one of her videos. But when I stopped, when I said that we can't mix business and pleasure anymore, because I start feeling like he was catching feelings and letting it interfere with the business. And I was like, listen, to just cut out all the noise. This was fun, but we won't be doing it anymore. And I remember him saying, I'm pretty sure my penis is going to be in your vagina again. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's not. Okay. I don't backpedal and pussy pop. 2 weeks later, him and Natasha was trying to breach of contract me out of our business partnership. He was so, and then I remember him saying that I hurt him. I was like, hurt you? I didn't know you had feelings for me. We talk all the time about this stuff. I didn't know that you was, I did, but I expected him to vocally. Anyways, y'all, so the thing is, because his feelings was hurt, he tried to take everything from me. He tried to take our business away. And the problem is that when you're that blinded by your emotions, you can't think logically, like I'm breaching my contract and this bitch could sue me and win. And I don't have any assets to give her right now. That's why. So I haven't pulled the trigger yet. I'm letting them make mama some money first. But anyways, me and my attorney. Anyways, this is, I'm just trying to relay the Scorpio. When it is wounded in its feelings, it gets vengeful, petty. My daddy's a Scorpio too. And he did 20 years in the feds. And when he got out and he thought that he was going to come back into my mother's bed. And my mama was like, hold on, bruh. I love you because of our kids and the marriage we had. But baby, it's been 20 years. I done been married and divorced since then. My daddy cut us all off because he couldn't get out and have his way. There's a little bit of control in that. And so that's why, Drake, you have a tendency to threat legal action or whatever else when you're in a situation that you don't want to be emotionally intelligent in. That Degrassi situation, if you were getting picked on by your friends, your emotional intelligence as a grown man should have kicked in and made you defend yourself. Who cares what your little rap buddies thought? Who cares? So you got beat in a rap beef that you wanted to be in. People still think you're great. But you're a sore loser, Drake. I don't think this lawsuit is going to go far for you. Because justice in reverse is here. I don't think so. 5 of Swords, near future. Oh, Drake. This is going to be interesting. At least the temper tantrum of it all, the accusations, allegations, the responses from those accused. I don't even think Drake wants to put out any more music under his label while they're under negotiation. If they don't give him that phone, I don't think he wants to stick around with them. I honestly don't think he wants to stick around with them anymore at all. Unless it was for the $400 million, because they didn't have his back against Kendrick Lamar. So he wants to break up. You didn't protect me. Like a woman would say, you should have protected me. You didn't protect me. Even though this was a square, one-on-one fight, round for round. You should have protected me, label. You didn't protect me, okay? Mom, where's my sandwich? Okay, Jake, I'm coming. Y'all go back and watch my first reading that I did on Drake after the Kendrick Lamar beef. When I had this idea of how he was handling shit and ordering his mom to make him a sandwich. Anyways. I'm going to end this with this. I'm going to go to the Five of Cups first. Drake, why are you in your feelings? Why are you sad, my love? For $75 for 1 hour, because you haven't read with me before, you can talk to Big Dina about it. Might be able to help you out with the service. It's going to cost you, though. Not 400 mil, but you know, you can afford whatever it is. Drake, you feel like you're mourning because you feel like hip-hop was yours, okay? You made the game. You built the hip-hop game brick by brick. And you'll be damned if you let another motherfucker. That's a Snowfall reference. You feel like for the past, how long you been out? Over a decade or so. You've been putting in all the work. And you have. You've been putting in a lot of work. To be exiled? Kicked out? Y'all don't want to fuck with Big Drake no more? Big Drake, yo? Big OVO? Big who? Because that's what I'll say. Y'all don't want to F with the sixth God no more? I'm being exiled out of a house that I built brick by brick. Y'all don't love Big Drake no more? I shouldn't do that. My chest just went through a lot of wheezing and coughing and accumulating mucus. Drake is hurt that oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to make sense of this one card right here, this Queen of Pentacles, because I saw her upright when I was shuffling or something. Here she is reversed. I think this is the pedophile stuff. I think Drake feels like his label should have put money into shutting down those pedophilia rumors. I know Drake is half Jewish, so there's a Jewish element I see here in the Pentacles. These are the pedophile allegations that Kendrick made. Now I'm going to do something that I don't usually do and pull these out. Oh, something just fell out. Abuse, sexual abuse. Now my question, the reason that I pulled those out, I hope I ain't flash y'all just now. The reason I pulled those out is because I want to look into these allegations. Talk to me about these allegations about you and minors, Drake. Is there any truth to the allegation that you have had inappropriate dealings with minors or a minor? One card. Have you ever had any inappropriate relationship with a minor? My answer to that would be a question. I got this in my mind when I flipped it over. I heard it as a question and a comment, but not an answer. The question was, why is he not suing Kendrick Lamar for that allegation? But he expects the label to do something about it. He didn't sue Kendrick directly for defamation. That's the first thing that came to my mind, is why isn't he pursuing with his sword upright in justice? Why isn't he pursuing those actions against Kendrick? And the question was, or the comment was, wait and see if he makes any charges against Kendrick for that statement, and there will be your answer. I don't think that Drake wants to put too much stock or money into a lawsuit of defamation for Kendrick Lamar about his allegations, because there is a concern of jail. And I like to say, in this hip-hop climate, in this Diddy trial climate, clarify this Knight of Swords now in this reading here. High Priestess. I don't think Drake is going to... The answer to the question I asked about these allegations, were they true? My response to you guys is, I don't think that Drake is going to sue Kendrick Lamar for defamation about calling him a pedophile because of discovery. This is my trial card. Somebody don't want to take it to that level. You can say, well, as your most valuable asset, UMG, you can't let nobody talk about me like that. That's why he wants them to squash it for him. But they didn't. And so the world was made privy to those allegations, or that rumor. There is a strategic reason why Drake is not going after Kendrick for those, but he wanted his label to shut him up. He wants UMG to know, y'all should have did everything that y'all could have to squash Not Like Us because of the things he said. And I can't go after him for this specific allegation. But y'all should have protected me. This reading is about Drake, how Drake didn't feel protected by his man. Bye.